Hey guys, my name is Tim, and if you're new to the channel, I've been fixing BMWs for the last 10 years, and there's plenty of videos, DIY videos on this channel for you to help fix your BMW without breaking anything. It's like different body types, different jobs, everything, so explore that, please. And if you're still not subscribed, subscribe, drop a like, and share the video. For returning viewers, I will be responding today for your comments and questions that you have about car repairs, basically. Sometimes people do the job and something goes wrong, so I'll address that. Sometimes you have questions that require in-depth answer that I can't give in the comments. But hey, let's do it and see where it takes us. I'm considering starting a membership program for the channel, so if you are up for it, just comment below if you want it, because I don't want you guys to pay for something that is going to be freely accessible. So what I'm going to do there is to separate people who I can take more time with responding to their questions and messages and stuff like that. So I'm not fully set on it, so please, if you want this to happen, just comment below and say, hey, yeah, let's start the membership. It's like it's not gonna be much, but it's still something. So please let me know in the comments. Let's go. The first comment from Matthew 13. I'm not sure pronouncing it right. Hi, what do you do if the engine misfire code stays on the same cylinder after changing the coil to another cylinder? In comments to the DIY how to diagnose misfire on BMW, most common issue. So that's the topic of the video. In this video I show how to diagnose the misfire on the BMW, and I actually go through the process of doing so. The most common failure is the ignition coil. So if you're asking what happens if you replace the ignition coil or swap it out with another one and the code doesn't change, well, first of all, it's a troubleshooting process. Take the spark plug, put it in the different cylinder. The next one, the code's still there, take the ignition, the fuel injector and swap it out with another one. So this will show you if the code travels or not. If all three of those components didn't do anything to change the code, well, most likely you have, I don't know, either internal damage or something else is at play. Because basically on every single car there is three components in there: ignition coil, the spark plug, and the fuel injector. Everything else is kind of not mandatory, I would say. So if you have the N54 engine, let's say, maybe the valves are clogged up. The intake valves, you know, the one you need to do the walnut blasting for. So this is the most accurate answer I can give you. Just swap things one to another, and especially if it's only one code. If it's a bunch of the misfires, like, that's a different story. Next one from Hudan, commenting on the video 2007-2013 BMW 328 E90 SULEF valve cover gasket replacement video. They will not fall off, in quotations, me saying, shows his inexperience. Yeah, right. If he's talking about, like, I'm pretty sure he's talking about the valve cover bolts that are pretty set into the valve cover. You can flip it over and nothing will fall off. In my whole practice, which is, as I said before, it's 10 years. I've been fixing BMWs for 10 years now. I had maybe a couple bolts where the valve cover was so old, it's 200,000 plus miles, and the valve cover gasket has been replaced 3 times already. It's like those bolts over there, it's like might become a little bit loose. But with the normal wear and the normal car, you flip it over, nothing drops except 3 bolts that are removed in the beginning of the video. So Hudan, you have no idea what you're talking about. Next one, BMW Olot IE90, commenting on the video DIY E90 BMW 328i valve cover gasket replacement on N52. Hey Tim, can you please answer? I heard the Valvetronic motor needs to be relearned after valve cover gasket replacement. Is this true? This is a very popular comment. I've been asked that pretty much a lot on this topic. If you watch the video, you will see that I don't do anything to unwind the Valvetronic or do anything specific. You gotta understand that the Valvetronic motor, it just spins. It's a shaft that spins with a spiral. It doesn't move anywhere. What it does is, on the other end of this shaft, there is a gear on the Valvetronic. Well, basically, that's what it is. So, and the gear goes from this position to this position. That's it. So the shaft goes, and when it spins, the gear goes up or down. Nothing else. When you remove the Valvetronic motor without unwinding it, when you unwind it, it goes from this position all the way to this position. The Valvetronic motor stays the same. It's like it doesn't do anything. So you can't really initiate the Valvetronic motor. So there is nothing to do in there. But the Valvetronic itself, its whole job is to lift the intake valves for 10 millimeters up and down. It's like that's the range of it. So when you remove the Valvetronic motor, it naturally releases the tension, and when you put it back, it puts this tension back, and the position exactly where it is, that doesn't matter. So when the first time you push the start button before you start the car, you scan it, the Valvetronic motor will adjust the Valvetronic itself the way it's supposed to be. So the first time you start the car, nothing will happen, nothing at all. So this to dismantle the myth that you have to unwind the Valvetronic motor and count how many times you did that, and then when you put it back you need to wind it back up to count exactly how many times you did that. Like, no, nothing. Just don't touch it. Remove it, don't let it jump, which it might happen, but in overall, just remove it, put it back in, start the car. If everything's okay, everything's gonna be okay. And another one from BMW Olot IE90, you again. Good questions though. Bro, I'm amazed you did the job and stopping to explain, and it took you under 30 minutes, yada yada yada. It's a long comment. So you say your starter failed and the shop took it, and after a $200 tow, and they charged me 2.9 hours, labor $375 and $400 for OEM starter. This crooks, man, good job though, appreciative of it, thinking to tackle the valve cover gasket this spring with your video. This is the comment in response to DIY BMW E90 starter replacement. I wanted to address this comment because, well, first of all, yeah, $400 OEM starter sounds harsh, and $375 for labor. It might be a lot, but it might be not. Basically, yes, I can do this job in under an hour. The video is cut here and there, but I've done this job in 30 minutes. That happened. I've been fixing BMWs for a very long time. I replaced a ton of starters, and this is just a walk in the park for me. But you gotta understand that I'm doing it mobily, first of all, and secondly, the shops, we have those book times, and some areas they just take it plainly and apply it. Some areas they take the book time and just double it. Some doing tripling it, and 375, it doesn't sound too bad to me because, well, that's pretty much my price to this day. It's like, it might go up because inflation, cost of living, this, that, like, and that's why I'm doing those videos, guys, like, so you can take the reins into your hands and say like, well, I'm not paying that, but that's free market. I would say, like, I'm not blaming the technicians. I'm blaming technicians only when they're doing a bad job, but charging for it, like, that's nothing we can do. There's renting the place, paying the bills, like disposing of oils and all of that, like, and more and more and more. It's like, it's a lot in the shop. So I'm not justifying them because I don't know, but I'm also not blaming them for charging that much. Like, I also don't know where you are. So yeah, man, here's the videos. I'm trying to explain everything as much as I can so you guys can take the tools and save a ton of money. It's like, if you know how to fix your BMW, you're gonna be golden. You're gonna be saving a lot. And I'm trying to cover as many topics as possible. So yeah, stick around, man. Just don't be angry with the technicians. Like, they did the job, your car runs again. So that's okay. But thank you for the question. That's a good one. Video DIY BMW E90 328 starter replacement, fastest way. Beamer is the shit, is commenting. Okay. Is there no need to disconnect the battery? I assumed the positive was live when I replaced mine. That's a great question, actually. So on E90 BMW 328 or even 335, there's a facelift here, is 2009. After 2009, for some reason, BMW had problems with the FRM module, and they just they became very sensitive. It's exactly EEPROM chips, very sensitive to power surges. So when you disconnected the battery, technicians and DIYers fried their FRM modules just by disconnecting the battery. In most repairs, like the shops, it's an old thing that technicians recommend, like when you're working on a car, just disconnect the battery and be done with it. That's kind of true, but at the same time, some repairs not requiring you to disconnect the battery. If the car goes to sleep, the car is sleeping. What I know a lot of technicians do, they hook it up to a battery charger on the front terminals, let's say, and then they disconnect the battery. So that might work for you, but once again, if you don't disconnect the battery, it's kind of safer because you will not fry the FRM module, and it is live. But if you don't touch any ground, anything, nothing's gonna happen. So just be careful with that. Like, I personally don't disconnect battery on any starter replacement. Just don't. On this E90 BMWs, of course. On some of them I do. So yeah, guys, stay safe. As I know, on 2007 and 8 models, it wasn't the problem, so you're free to disconnect your battery. But once again, if you do so, just undo the negative, and that's it. Move it out of the way. That's all you need to do. I hope that answers the question. Next up, Steve T8607. Hey man. You've been a while. You've been watching the channel for a while, I know that. He's commenting, I don't even know which video it is. Damn bro, it's been a while, still waiting on the Z-Man t-shirts and stuff. Well, I can't promise you the Z-Man t-shirts, but there's a Zeiton hoodie, I think, in a store right there. And we are actually working on something like on the back burner to some designs for shirts and stuff. So like, yeah, it's gonna be up sometime, but I can't say when. It's as you gotta understand, it's not a primary thing that I'm doing. Fixing BMWs every single day. That's what I do. YouTube stuff, it's just for fun. So when I have time, I do that. So wait for the merch. Might be a good thing. Next up, for DIY E70 BMW X5 water pump thermostat replacement. X-Drive, I think it's 35i in there. Humber Top Ozos 8420. I have a question. I changed the water pump and thermostat, still heating up. Can you help me? Well, look, first of all, you gotta formulate the question properly. And secondly, you guys gotta understand it's really hard to diagnose the car without seeing it. I would say it's next to impossible. I need to see the codes, I need to see the live data, I need to see a lot of things. Is your car heating up? Why? Does your fan work? Maybe, maybe not. Why it doesn't work? Why doesn't it work? Maybe it's the fuse, like there's a big fuse and there are 50 amps. Maybe there is something else. Is your water pump working? Is your thermostat is fully open? Where did you get the parts? What kind of parts is that? Like, I need to know all of it in order for me to help you. It's like there is no other way around it. Like, I mean, I'm not a psychic. I can't read the car just like, hey, well, I replaced that and nothing worked. What do you think it is? Like, I don't know. you did the job, you there, not me. So it's like, it's really hard. That's why also the reason why I want to start the membership stuff, so I can pay more attention to each of you individually maybe. But I'm still considering it, I don't know. So, sorry man, nothing I can do. So this is it guys. Thank you for watching. If you made it till the end, well, hats off, listening to all of that. I hope this video was helpful to you in any way, in capacity. We'll try to answer more questions, of course. Hit that like button, share the video, subscribe, and of course, comment below your new questions. I want to see if this format of the video will be suitable for the channel. So more questions you have, more answers I will have for you. Hit that like button, let's show the YouTube that you're interested, and to me. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.